Hi guys. All right, Perla here. Welcome to my channel, Imperfectly Perfect. Okay, so I've been a bad girl. No. With all jokes aside, so Friday, I and I mean, this happens every couple of weeks, and I usually see it coming, so I can usually prepare for it or whatever. But anyhow, yeah, I just colored my hair and it's like it came out too dark. I have to wait for it to rinse off. Anyhow, um so I go through these trance where I will not sleep for like 30 something hours at a time. And if I do sleep, they're like it's like micro sleep where I only sleep like 10 or 15. That's not the definition of micro sleep, sorry. If I do get any rest or any sleep, quote unquote, there will be like 10 or 15 minutes at a time. And then I would go like 8, 10, 20, 15, whatever hours without sleeping. But when my body has had enough, I go into this thing where I just sleep so that my body can kind of like recover or whatever. So on Friday, unfortunately, I didn't get up on time to take the kids, wake up the kids to get them to the bus and blah, blah, blah. So Friday, everyone was home with me. It is one of those things that I used to beat myself up a lot about because I, especially with red and purple having narcolepsy, I didn't want additional days, missed from school because of me. But at the end of the day, there's really not much that I can do. I am, the only adult in the house. So if I don't get up, they don't get up. And even if blue and green are able to get up, they are not able to wake up their brother and their sister. There's just, they just can't. Like, even if they try, I mean, if they have a hard time waking me up, they're not going to be able to wake up their siblings. So finally, we just stayed home and just kind of like hung out, all of us. And Saturday was rough, with the passing and everything. And then yesterday we just watched movies and watched a couple of TV shows. So we were watching, what was it? Goosebumps, is it? Whatever, back from like the 1990s or whatever. So we started watching like around 8. Must have seen probably like the 10 first minutes of an episode and then I fell asleep. My alarm went off, usually like around 9. I think it's at 9 p.m. I have an alarm to get the kids, start getting them ready, not getting them, but telling them to get ready for bed. So I was able to get off from the couch and make my way to my room and into my bed, but I just kind of knew it. Like, I was like, okay, this is going to be one of those nights. So that means I'm going to need 3 or 4 extra alarms, and I'm actually going to have to start. If my goal is to be up at 5:30, because I have to take the dog out, I have to try to aim for at least an hour and a half or 2 hours before. And that's exactly what I did. I was kind of like half asleep when I was setting the alarm. So I ended up setting a couple of alarms, and I finally, after, I think it was like 6 alarms, I think it was, I finally got up at 5:30, took the dog out and everything else. After I took the kids to the bus stop, I came back home and I just slept again till I think it was like almost 1. So now, what I love about when this happens is my body, like my physical body anyways, gets like this reset where I can like go. But then my brain is kind of just like, oh, we're still not done type of thing. So Red actually didn't go to school today, and it wasn't my fault. It was actually his fault. So if you look at both our phones, it's kind of like the same because he has multiple alarms on his phone too. So it's like I give him like the first wake up call, and then usually like he has alarms that go off intermittent, like every, I think like every 10 minutes or something like that. But then he also has like the snooze, or is it 20 minutes? And then he has the snooze button that from like the alarm prior to it to go like every 10 minutes. The whole point is like every 10 minutes his phone is going off to try to wake him up. So for whatever the reason, he didn't make it to school today. So I told him, I was like, well, you're gonna have to get a ride to school because I can't drive you. Like I just can't. All my kids go out of school, like I'm out of town. So I guess he was trying to get a ride or whatever, and I was like, you know what, dude, just forget it. Like, I'm going to sleep. Like, I need to go to bed. And he went back to sleep, and he slept till like around, God, almost 3. So his body really needed it. And like, you know, I get upset sometimes because I'm like, dude, like, you know, I went through school like with no medications and like undiagnosed, but he is diagnosed, and he kind of like needs to just learn to listen to his body now versus waiting till he's older. So basically, like, this video is just about like, you know, it sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it does. It sucks a lot because sometimes you know, how can I put it this way? So wherever I lack or I fail, or I feel like I fail, or wherever I just can't at the moment push through, there, how can I word it without people taking it the wrong way? I don't even know how to put it into words. Okay. It sucks the fact that if I cannot get myself out of bed and get them up, that there is not another person that can do it, basically. So, I mean, the schools, unfortunately for me anyways, have been very understanding. But it's still hard, and it still makes me feel like some type of way because I'm supposed to be the adult, and I'm supposed to be the responsible one. And I'm supposed to be the one that, you know, makes sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and just play like the blame game or like the victim game, like, oh, or like, you know, get mad at myself, because at the end of the day, that's not going to help me. What is going to help me is figuring out with them what can we do so that when I have those days, you guys can still get yourself up. Which in an essence, it really doesn't freaking matter, because if I don't get up, I can't drive them. And like I said, they go to school out of district, so bus stops are not near the house. I have to physically drive them to their bus stop. So, you know, I've had people tell me like, oh, they need to be more independent. Okay, but like green and blue, like I said, they all have alarms in their room. Their alarms go off at 6:30. Blue and green get up, get themselves dressed, they're done. They wake up with the alarm. Purple and red, they need to physically, at least to start with, you have to like get them up. And I've learned with red, if he doesn't wake up like by me talking to him, he's not gonna get up. And that's just it. Like, you know, you can sit there and talk to him for like 20 minutes and he'll talk right back to you, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get ready. And you come and check on him 15 minutes later and he's like into that deep sleep again. He's like back into REM or whatever, wherever the hell he's at. And, you know, when he finally does wake up and you tell him like, dude, I try to wake you up like 15 times, he'll be like, no, you didn't. Like, he has no recollection of it. Now with Purple, I mean, I remember one day, not one day, more than once, I've actually picked her up and have gotten her undressed, have gotten her in the shower while she's sleeping, and taken her out, gotten her dressed, and she's still sleeping. So it's like, yeah, it's not as easy as they have to, like, you know, this is not something that they can control to a certain extent. And why I say that is because, yes, I am able to, for the most part, I would say like 90% of the time, get them to the bus, get them up, and all of this stuff. But it's also a lot of battling with myself. So if my nap schedule is off and I happen to be up at at a random time that I'm not usually up at, so like I usually go to sleep like around 1:30. Starts at 11, and then depending how much sleep I actually get. But let's just say if I get up and it's like 4:30, and I am so like I really want to go to sleep, I can tell it, like my body can let me know that if I fall asleep, I'm not gonna be able to wake up, or if I fall asleep, I'm gonna be able to wake up. And I know it sounds completely weird, but I'm like so in tune with my body that I know when, if I take a nap, like I know when to fight it and when not to fight it, basically is what I'm trying to say. So, I have nights where I just can't shut down. My brain won't shut down. And, it's like I've been up for like whatever, and it's like 3 in the morning, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna take a quick nap. And then it's like, no, you're not, because if you take a nap, you're gonna sleep like 13, 14 hours. So it's one of those things that would really get me upset before, and now I'm just kind of like, you know what, I overslept. And it's something that I don't have patience. I didn't have. I'm learning to have patience with people that are not on time, and people that don't have considerations for other people's time. But what I'm trying to say is like people that consciously do it. So people that choose to be late, people that choose not to have consideration for other people's time. I don't like that. I'd rather you tell me I don't know what time I can be there, or I don't know what time this or that, than instead of giving me a time frame or giving me an exact time, because that just pisses me off. So, anyways, I kind of knew that this was going to happen. The reason why I say that is because yesterday I woke up and I couldn't stand up straight. I was in a lot of pain. Lower abdominal was the main pain in my lower back. It felt like I was in labor. I know, too much information. It's not my time of the month. Yeah, that's another video. Anywho, I couldn't stand up. I was literally, everything that I did yesterday, I was like kind of like walking and sitting and everything like in a fetus position. And people always ask me like, well, why don't you take meds? Well, they don't work. Tylenol, ibuprofen, everything doesn't work. The things that do work are pretty strong, and I have chosen not to take them personally, because I feel like to a certain level I know myself, and it's not something that I want to become addicted to. And it is something that you can very easily become addicted to. That's why they're given in such for severe cases, and they're only given for a certain amount of period of time, and you have to wean yourself off of them and all of this stuff. Because I've taken narcotics and different meds and stuff for pain when I've had surgery and things like that. So I know myself in the sense of like not feeling the pain will allow me to push my body more. Which another aspect is going to give me other issues, because then I feel like my body's going to try to teach me or show me in other ways. And I'm really just tired of like figuring out ways of like, okay, why is my body doing this? So I choose not to take pain meds. One, because they're too strong, and either way, then I'm not going to be able to function. I'm not going to be able to drive. I'm not going to be able to do all the other things. And two, I just don't want my body to start doing other things, basically. And that's about it. So I'm much better today. Following up Wednesday with one of the doctors due to the pain, because they are still trying to figure out why the pain in that area is getting worse and not better. So we'll see what happens on Wednesday. Like I said, one more thing to add to the list. It doesn't really matter. But it is funny when you're outside and you're trying to, I have a dog, so I couldn't drive into the dog park, obviously, because I wasn't good, I didn't feel good enough. So I was playing, throwing the ball and playing catch with him. And I'm like this, like in the like I'm almost like standing, but like in the fetus position, and like kind of like squatting down and like throwing the ball. And he's like looking at me, and like he knows that I have a timer, because I tell him, I'm like, Buster, mommy can only play for like 10 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever it is. And it just breaks my heart, because I feel like the kids and him, like my doggy, they are so understanding. It's hard for people like from the outside to see me, because a lot of people see me and they're just like, well, you don't look like you're in pain, you don't look like you're this. I get it. My pain level is my pain level that I wanted to say. I can tolerate pain compared to other people. 2015, I fell. My right kneecap came out and went back in and tore my cartilage on my right arm. I screamed once when I first initially fell. And then I asked my neighbor to get me a washcloth. Put the washcloth in my mouth. And I would not allow myself to cry or scream. So my pain tolerance, there you go. See, it came to me, you see? My pain tolerance is higher than most people, unfortunately. In that case, anyways. When I got to the hospital that time in 2015, when they went to do the x-ray, when I got to the hospital, the x-ray was ready, the x-ray room, and they took me in to do it. So now, I don't know if you've ever had x-rays done, and they, sometimes they have to put like different plates and stuff in different areas. So imagine your leg that you just literally tore something in it, and you're not exactly sure what it is. Going in to do x-rays, and with no pain meds whatsoever. Yeah. And the whole time I'm holding my washcloth. And I remember on the ride to the hospital, like when they picked me up and they put me in the ambulance, and I had a couple of ow, and like I started tearing, and like I kept taking the washcloth out of my mouth, and I was like, I'm so sorry. And one of the guys was like, seriously, like you need to stop, like scream, cry, do whatever the hell you want to do, but stop apologizing. But I was apologizing because they had to pick me up from the floor and put me in the ambulance. And the same thing, like when I was doing the x-ray, like in one of them, I guess the pain was to the point where like I started shaking. So the plate was moving. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And he's just like relax. It's not that serious. But I do. So it takes a lot of medication to kind of like numb the pain, I guess. But I'm so used to physically, like at this point, being in pain that is not until like it's an extreme, like literally like I'm giving birth type of thing. And I've had 2 natural births with no epidurals or anything. So it's not until I'm at that point where I feel like my body's going to pass out. Like I'm literally like going white, like, everything is like spinning, that I actually say something. I am trying to get better at it. But it's like with anything else. So like if you exercise, if you run, let's say you start with walking and then you start with intermittent running or whatever, your body starts to get used to it. So the more you do it, the more tolerance your body builds to the running. So with me, the more I deal with the pain, the more tolerance my body becomes to the pain. But then it's starting to, I guess, turn into something a little bit bigger, and it's starting to really affect other parts of my body. But like I said, it is what it is. I choose at the moment not to take anything, and I have my own personal reasons for that, and I will continue to not take anything until I can't take it anymore, until I feel like every single breath or every single step is literally going to make me pass out. Anywho, thank you for watching, guys. Bye-bye. And again, I apologize. I really do try to make these things shorter, but then something goes off in my little brain and I'm just like, and that's what happens. Bye-bye. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.